Peace, people. Welcome to the latest episode of The Rough Draft. I am your host, Kevin Alberto Sabio. And in this episode of The Rough Draft, I will be talking about my second book release, Raise Your Brown Black Fist 2, More Political Shots of an Angry Afro Latino. Thank you for tuning in to this latest episode of The Rough Draft. Thank you for helping me to continue to celebrate Latino Heritage Month. In this episode, I'll be talking about my second book release, Raise Your Brown Black Fist Book 2. I published this book back in 2011, published it through Outskirts Press, and it's actually a continuation of my first book. If you remember in episode 20, I was talking about my first book, Raise Your Brown Black Fist, The Political Shots of Angry Afro Latino. This book is actually a sequel to that. In this particular book, I actually focused on my second article series I had written for an online magazine called Blacktino.net. And that particular series was called Black Thoughts and Ideological Perspective for Afro Latinos. And that particular essay series focused on why Latinos of African descent should embrace the ideologies of Pan Africanism, Black nationalism, and Afrocentrism. When I had originally written it, it was only about 7 essays long. And then I had subsequently, when I first published the first book, I was still living in Richmond, Virginia. In 2010, I actually relocated and I had moved to Baltimore, Maryland. Went through a few more experiences while I was promoting the first book, and that's kind of what inspired me to start writing the second one. So towards the end of 2011, I had actually written the sequel. So book two actually remains focused on that article series, whereas the first half of the book is the original 7 essays I had published, and then in the second half of the book, I'd actually written 9 more unpublished papers in that series. So in book two, the essay series is now 16 parts in total. So you have the original 7 plus the 9 additional unpublished papers that are written. So the book is actually broken up in 3 different parts. The original 7, the unpublished papers, and then miscellaneous entries, which are basically a bunch of poems that I wrote in a number of songs, or rap songs. So I really thought that with this book is actually a hell of a lot more powerful than the first book. I think it has more of a central theme, more of a unifying theme. And it's really talking about just like, first of all, with Afro Latinos, we are a part of the African diaspora and we need to be more of a part of it. And we need to start acting like that. We really do need to start having more outreach with the rest of the African diaspora and Africa in general. There's just like a lot of stuff that I see that's going on within the so-called Afro Latino movement. I'm really not happy about, but I think with something like this particular project, it can really help to steer people into the right path. It can really tell a lot about our history, and it really can give us like a political guide. Specifically with the last entry where I talk about a consortium of Afro Latino communities, because we do need to consolidate our resources and be able to not just work together, but work with our brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora and on the continent. Again, this book was published in 2011. I was very happy when it was released. I was able to do a little bit of promotion about it. Was able to get some online sales, not as much as I would like to. A lot of it was mostly hand to hand because at the same time that I published this book, I still had the first book, so I was actually able to sell them as a set, book one and book two. So with this, it really helped. I did a couple of festivals, I did a couple of panel discussions and whatnot. I got a really, really good response from those who were able to like get a copy of the book and read it. Went with a different publisher this time when I actually released it. So it was a lot easier for people to get access to it if they ordered it online because they could either go directly to the publisher or they could go to one of the other outlets. So I'm very happy with this project. I think it speaks more. It has a more cohesive, I don't want to say story, but like a more cohesive ideology that I'm trying to get across. If you would like to get a copy of Raise Your Brown Black Fist Book 2, it is available through paperback formats. You could go to Outskirts Press, Amazon.com, Barnes& and Nobles, and Books A Million. It's also available in ebook format, so you get it through the regular ebook outlets, Kindle, Nook, Kobo, iTunes. Scribd, Playster, 24 Symbols, yada yada yada. It's also available in ebook format for libraries. So you can go to Overdrive, Hoopla, Baker and Taylor, and Biblioteca. Um, if you're watching this video on YouTube, um, like, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback on these videos. Um, Definitely subscribe to the channel and press the notification button. That way you get a chance to know when I drop any of my latest videos. Um, Thank you for helping me to celebrate Latino Heritage Month again. I look forward to hearing back from you. Definitely keep the fist raised. Always on my literary grind. And I'll see you next time in the next episode. Peace.